Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending one more press conference of TIFF 2010. A couple of housekeeping notes for you guys. Once talent arrive, they're going to be standing for 1 minute. We'll take a group picture. Then after 1 minute, I'm going to kindly ask you guys to move to the back. Please remember that no flashes are allowed during the press conferences. If your camera has a silent mode, please put in there. Please switch your mobiles off. Media asking questions, if you don't mind, please standing. I notice that you have not been standing, so just stand and announce who you work for before asking your question. Please remember to leave some space for the volunteers. Always remembering that the press conferences are being broadcast live at bell.ca/movie lover, and is also available on your smartphone, only on the Bell network. I would very much like to welcome on stage the director and the actors of the film Dhobi Ghat Mumbai Diaries, and moderator Henri Béat.
Ahmed, can you look here, please?
Very excited. And I'm going to do a quick shot. Kieran?
Yeah.
Can you put your arms around each other? There you go. That's it. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. And everybody just look in the middle, please.
Look at the right side, please.
Everybody right here, please.
Please look at the right side. Here, please. Okay, on this side. Okay.
And Amir right here. That's it. Very nice. Very nice. Amir right here. Thank you.
Guys, that's enough. Thank you. Please move to the sides. Henri.
How do you pronounce the title? Dhobi Ghat?
Yeah.
Ghat. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the press conference for Dhobi Ghat, also known here as Mumbai Diaries. And I will introduce the people who are here at this panel or involved in the film. And good education set aside, I'm afraid I will start with the gentleman. 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, he brought to Toronto a film that was about a musical that was about land taxes, Lagan. He's a major actor, a director, a producer, Mr. Amir Khan. Sitting next to him, he plays the cantankerous at times, moody at times, prickly at times, painter in Mumbai Diaries. Sitting next to him as a young man who is in a way the link between all the different characters in this interweaving story of four destinies is the young man who brings the clothes from one person to the other and washes them. As Muna, Mr. Pratik. He has made far less films than Mr. Khan, but he has promised he's going to catch up pretty fast. There was a reason why I started with the gentleman. It's the three ladies that are here are making their film debuts. It is their first festival, it is their first film, it is their first press conference, so be kind. As Shai, Monica Dogra. As Yasmin, Kriti Malhotra. And and the director, Kiran Rao. I assume the film has not been released in India yet.
Not yet, no.
Do people know what it is about? Do they expect a musical? Are you afraid that they might be expecting a musical?
Well, rumors have been rife, and I've read a lot of things that people seem to think the film might be about. It might be about Amir, who's a Dhobi. It's a film about Dhobis. So yeah, we've read some fairly funny stories of what the film might be about. So I think now that TIFF has a few reviews out and people have seen the film, people have an idea that it's not the usual song and dance film, and it's probably something closer to world cinema. And and that it's the story of 4 people and not just Amir Khan. So I do think that it's all getting cleared up a little bit now.
For those of us who don't quite know, and I'm thinking particularly of our television audiences, the film is called here Mumbai Diaries, but the original title is Dhobi Ghat. What is Dhobi Ghat?
Dhobi Ghat is a place. It's in Mumbai. It's a place which is sort of an outdoor laundry where people from all over the city send their clothes to be washed by washermen. Thousands of washermen work there every day, and they have a unique system of knowing exactly how many clothes come from which household, and they're laundered and sent back, all washed up and clean and ironed. So it's quite a fascinating place, and it's a very old place. It's 200 or 300 years old, and for me the title was not so much because it was one of the characters is a Dhobi in the film, but it's also a sort of a metaphor for the city where everyone is welcome, where all kinds of people come, and the city kind of levels them out. So Dhobi Ghat is as much a sort of reference to Mumbai as it is to the place that is so famous.
Any question from the audience? Gentleman, and then the lady.
A question for Kiran Rao. In the production note, you write that one of the ideas you wanted to explore was the theme in many Indian movies, love conquers all. Was that the first thing in your mind when you started writing the screenplay?
Yes, one of the ideas I started off with was to explore the idea of class in Indian society. And Bombay being one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the country, it is a place where people come to forge new identities, to leave behind a past, to look to a new future. And in that, you know, for many years, commercial Indian cinema has peddled the idea that it's, you know, love is possible between caste and class, and love conquers everything. And really the idea was to see whether, you know, if put to the test, how far can 2 people between 2 completely disparate classes go with a relationship, and you know, whether that idea is just as easy as it seems. So that was one of the ideas, to really look at the class aspect in the city.
The lady over there, and then the lady here.
Hi, Kiran.
Hi.
Being an outsider, how was it to explore the
Allow me
city?
to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
You guys here, you don't have to sit down, to sit so silently. If you want to jump in and contradict her, don't hesitate.
Yeah.
How
Please
was
do.
because Mumbai has come very beautifully in the film. So how was it to explore? Did you have a third eye being an outsider, or was it?
Well, the city was the inspiration for the film, and really I almost wrote the film trying to portrait the city in as many ways as possible. So it wasn't going to be just a straight line narrative, but I wanted to actually make it a collage of different people's perspective and experience of the city. So certainly a lot of my experiences as someone who came to the city 15 odd years ago and has been living there, working there, and I now consider it my home, have found their way into the film. And as much I wanted to explore the city through the different worlds, the different Mumbais that live within the city. You know, there's each of us knows a different city almost. So that was the idea, and yes, I did use a lot of my own personal. For instance, Arun's story was, I drew a lot from my own experiences as a tenant who had to move house many times. So yes.
Question here, the lady, and then you. Yes, the lady. No, the lady in orange. There you go. Then the gentleman.
Hi, good morning. My name is Usha. I'm here from the Weekender Media. This question is for Amir Khan. I wanted to know, what was your experience being directed by your wife?
Felt like I was at home. No, it was wonderful. I think Kiran is a very talented director, and I feel so proud to see that she's written such a wonderful script, and the way she worked on the film as a director, and how she was completely in control of what she was doing and the material, and how she, how all of us, the cast and crew, really looked up to her as a leader that we trusted and loved. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Asim Chabra. Question for Kiran, actually, a related question. As a first-time director, you worked with 3 new actors. How did you work with them as compared to working with a very established actor who's been directed by a number of directors? He's actually directed himself also.
Well, I like the other actors. It's my first time, so I was learning pretty much on the job, and from our rehearsals and our tests, we did a lot of workshops, and we sort of found the tone of each character well before we got to the set, and doing that was really useful because all 5 of us got to sit together and discuss, how we'd play it out. Of course, Yasmin was the only one who didn't really get to interact with any other actors, but the rest of us. And I was lucky because the other, all 3 of them may not have had even, a little bit of the experience that Amir has, but they're very natural, very responsive, and I think all of us just helped each other along. It wasn't, I just needed to sort of, kind of guide them along little paths, but they were also cast because they were just so right, and their tests were really, really great. With Amir, with Amir, it was more fun in a sense, more collaborative, because he also, there was a certain, I think, experience and skill that comes to the fore, and as a character, he has so much silence. He's got, he doesn't have as much, as many lines and as much to do. It's much more internalized sort of acting. So that was fun to explore as well. It was a different kind of thing altogether than the others who played off each other a lot.
The question here first, then the gentleman, then the lady, then the lady. One step at a time.
So
Go
me?
ahead.
My name is Renu Mehta. I'm with the Indian Express for Canada. And my question is for Monica. Monica, this is your first film